Hello everyone, this is Afsar Ali and welcome back. So in the last video, we saw how to install WebDriverio with with the Jasmine, sorry. And we already wrote a simple program or the simple test to navigate to WebDriverio page and it will validate just title of that, right? So in this video, we are gonna see what are the different um, uh, methods available in the Jasmine and what are the different way that we can use and leverage Jasmine framework. So if I go to Jasmine documentation, in here you can see there are there is a GitHub link as well. If you click on that, you'll open this particular thing, and here you can read about the documentation, what uh, describe says and what specs and what is the it. Okay, so everything is in detail is being written there. You can just go through that. So basically describe is a suite. Okay, it's a suite like in TestNG or JUnit. If you familiar with those, if you're coming from the Java background, maybe you know that, right? So in that we use suites. Okay, then we have before method, after method, then other test in the those things we use already in the TestNG or JUnit, right? So similarly in here in the Jasmine as well, we have something called describe, which is a kind of suite, and it represent the actual test step. All right. So like in Cucumber as well, we saw we have something called feature, then we have scenario, then we have the step definitions like steps, like given, when, and then, right? So in that, uh, this is format. So after that, we need to create a step definition of that in Cucumber. But in case of Jasmine, we don't have to create a feature file, and we just need to write our step definition kind of thing in uh, directly. So no need of writing the step definition, then feature file like in Cucumber, right? So well, so let's get started of this. So if I just copy from here and just try to run and just create another spec file, maybe Jasmine dot Jasmine demo dot spec dot js. So this is spec you can write so that you can just know whether this is a spec file, right? Or maybe I can just write js as well. So not an issue. You can write js for time being. So this is my um, simple thing over here. What I can do now, I want to run this particular thing. So I need to go to my WDIO config file, and there I need to write the Jasmine. Okay, I think spelling mistake, Jasmine. Fine, it's okay for now. If I go to here, I need to just change the, I don't want to run my first test because I don't want to go through the first test. I just want to only run this particular thing. So what to do for that? I just need to write Jasmine demo.js. So that's it. So if you provide in the specs place like Jasmine demo.js, that will run only this particular thing. Okay, so it will not run this one, my first test. So in here also I provided this log level as silent so that I'll not get a lot of logs over here. Okay, and also in the package.json, I have specified path of WDI config so that I don't have to write like nodes, node module, then bean, then WDIO, then this thing, whole thing. I don't have to write. So and simply what I need to run is npm run test. If I do this, it will run my simple test. This particular test it runs. All right. So you can see there is no other logs. only whichever needed, those log you'll get. So you can see in here, I have one suite that is in a describe, then contains spec with a expectation. I can also write a multiple it statement over here as well. Okay, let me just write maybe something my test dev 2, and similarly I'll just write 2 more, 3, maybe 4. Okay, so basically what it's doing, this describes the suite, and within one suite we have multiple test steps. Okay, so if I run now, you'll see npm run test. Okay, so in here you can see 4 step or 4 passing, 4 tests got passed. So all my tests got passed. Okay, so now if I want to exclude any test, okay, I don't want to run particular step. Suppose this step I don't want to run step 3. So what I need to do is just put X before that ID. Okay, so what it will do, it will skip this particular step. Okay, so let's run it. Npm run test. If I run this, I'll see what happens. So now you can see 3 passing, 1 skipped. So this particular test got skipped. Okay, so whichever test you want to skip, just put X on that. So that will be skipped. Okay, you can see now it's 2 skipped, 2 passing. Fine. And this one, if you see over here, expect to be. So these are the assertions that is uh, internally present in the Jasmine framework itself. So we're using the Jasmine's expect and to be. But in future, I'll be doing with the Chai assertions library. We'll be using that. So for now, we'll be using this expect to be true. That is from Jasmine itself. Okay, fine. Now, if you want to skip a whole suite itself, whole describe block itself. So what you need to do, just same X you need to provide over here in suite level. So what it will do, whatever the test or the test tab present within that describe, it will skip everything. So I just put it X over here, you can see, and if I run it now, npm run test. So what it will do, it will just skip everything, right? So the whole suite itself got skipped. If we wanted to have a multiple test suites as well, we can do, right? So what we need to do is we can just do a nested uh, suite over here. So what I can do, just maybe copy this one over here, just put it here, and this one. Fine. So you can see we have a parent suite. I can say this is my parent suite, and within the parent suite we have multiple suites as well. We can create multiple suites. This is one suite already we have. I just paste my suite 2 over here, my step maybe 3, and this is 4. So same thing you can see in here in outline also, it's saying describe is a parent suite. Within parent suite we have 2 suites. Okay, suite 1 and suite 2. In each suite we have test steps. Fine. So similar way, if I want to run these, I can run it, right? npm run test. So now you can see I have 4 steps or 4 step passed, and 2 suites. Okay. And similar way, you can just, if you don't want to run this particular suite, the first suite, and just put X over here, and that will ignore the first suite. So I should now receive uh, only suite 2 results over there. Okay, now you can see the first suite got skipped and only the second suite got executed. Fine. Okay. If you want to see more about the Jasmine framework, just go to the documentation of the Jasmine, then click on here the docs. Then within that, there is API docs. Just click on the latest one, maybe this 3.5. So in that, you can see all available keywords, all the functionalities which were present within Jasmine, you can find over here, and you can see what are the use, how to use those things. We can see over here. All right. So there are something called after all, after each, before all. So those are the hooks that we'll be using in our test. Okay. So let's see an example. Let's use the before each for this example first. So what I can do, just maybe I'll go to this describe in the suite one and just put before each. I'm saying here in before each within the suite one. So I haven't written in the suite two. So let's see how it behaves. You can see it's run the test, npm run test, and we can see here to suite got passed. Then in here you can see in before each and in before each. So it printed twice. All right. So that means we have two it uh, thing over here and yeah, here two. So before each it statement, it got executed. So it didn't execute over here because the scope only within this suite one. The scope is not here. Okay. So if you want to have a scope for both, what you can do, we need to use before each in the top level. So we have in this describe as a top level parent suite. So if I paste over here and run again, so now we should see there should be 4 before each. Okay. So now it will execute before each, and there is another one is after each, I believe. Yep. So there is something called after each as well. So just if you write over here, so basically this is similar to before method, after method in the test ng, right? If you are familiar with that. Or in Cucumber also we have something called background, right? So, oh, some error. See, one got failed. After is not defined, maybe we did something wrong. Should be A in small, not caps. I think this is correct now. After each, okay, so now just run it. Now you can see it's should be after each here. It's not before each. And also you can see logs so that you can just check. It is printing after this log, right? Maybe I can just write test step 1 and similarly test step 2. So now we should see this one first, then this particular thing after that. Let's see how it works. So now if you see test step 1, then in after each, and also you can write before each as well for before each. So now we should see log before each and after each both in here, in before each, then test step 1, then in after each. Okay, so it's like for each step it will work. Okay, now let's do for before all as well. So if I just copy the same code over here, sorry, and just put it here, and here I'll just put before all, and I'm here saying in before all, and also I can write for after all as well. We can see the result after all, before all. Okay, so now if I execute this, I should see something in the log which will be executed only. Okay, so in here you see in before all, in before each, test step, then in after each, in before each, in test step 2. So in the last it should be in after all. It's kind of after suite in a test ng or JUnit, sorry. Okay, so this is how it works, guys. So we'll do another video for other functionality as well in Jasmine. Okay, so thank you very much.